Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and this is a PlayStation Pix demo disc, the purple disc from 1995, the first disc that came with the original PlayStation in 1995. This game is one of the greatest, most legendary demo discs of its time, with so many cool tech demos and playable demos and video demos, which really demonstrate the PlayStation. It really separates it from what came before, like SNES and Sega Genesis and that. This is by far a lot better. Watch the intro, this is gonna blow your mind. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's some of the best music ever produced by this Earth. So much that I used it in one of my videos for Star Wars Battlefront in the PS2, when I did the Clone Wars battle. So yeah, that's demos for all sorts of cool games. Unfortunately, most of them are not playable though, which kind of sucks, but at least you still got the demos. Let me show you what's on yours. ESPN Extreme games, Jumping Flash, Arena Toshinden, Wipeout, Destruction Derby, Namco's Ridge Racer, Tekken, Air Combat, Twisted Metal, Warhawk, Philosoma, and Clique DNA Imperative. I'm going to show you all the playable demos, and I'll show you the video demos on here. Let's begin with ESPN Extreme games. I actually have the full game of this ESPN Extreme games. I should make a video of it in the future. It's actually quite fun. It's a game that started with extreme games. Like, first there was this game, it was later renamed to 1 Extreme, then had a sequel called 2 Extreme, then had a sequel, another sequel called 3 Extreme, which everyone seems to hate. I don't know why so many people hate 3 Extreme. It seemed pretty good to me. I'll make a video of that eventually. The music is awesome in this game, too. It's kind of hard to hear, I don't know. The sound levels, the volume levels are kind of inconsistent for this. So what you do is you basically use roller skates, or you skate down the road. You could attack, it's like in Road Rash where you could attack your enemies. You have to dodge obstacles, like those haystacks there. You have to hit stuff, and you have to go through the gates as well. And it's a race too, and you earn points and money. You could buy better skates and things like that. You should get Tony Hawk to play this game. This game's a lot more fun than those Tony Hawk games. But then again, I wasn't really much of a fan of those Tony Hawk games. Some of the graphics of this game make it look like a well-polished SNES game. But hey, what do you expect? It's 1995. They were really competing with the SNES. This is before the, what's it called? The N64, yes. This is like a year or so before the N64 was released. I have to admit, this game is, again, very fun. I definitely recommend buying this game. Heck, I bought most of the games that are on this demo disc, because this demo disc has all the awesome games on it. So much that I bought all of them, or most of them at least. They're all worth buying. I recommend checking out all the games. If you're a fan of PlayStation, I recommend checking out all the games that are shown in this demo disc. Or most of them at least, because they are pretty good, as I keep saying. So I have some fond memories of playing this demo as well. I remember my dad would play this all the time. I remember watching him play this, and I think it was quite fun, so I, of course, took it on, too. And, of course, PS1 is my favorite gaming system ever, actually. You may have guessed that from all of my videos. I actually have more games for PS1 than I do for any other system there is. It just has so many great games. I actually like PS1 more than PS2, actually, for that very reason. I think the PS1 had a much better library of games than the PS2 did. That's what's so great. And plus, PS1 didn't have as much problems as PS2 did. I mean, with PS2, I fought in that DRE war, where that whole epic war trying to get that disk read error away from your PS2 so they won't keep making your games not load up. That was pretty bad, yeah. I didn't like PS2 as much because, well, that's not the official reason why. The real reason why is because I think PS1 had a much better library of games. It's definitely a lot better than most stuff on PS4. I choose a PS1 over a PS4 any day. I don't even like PS4 that much. Then again, I don't really like Sony much in general. Sony sucks these days, but not back in these days, no. Sony was awesome in these days, but nowadays, not so much. So here's a demo for the original Jumping Flash. This is one of the best, well, you probably know Jumping Flash. You've seen my videos before. You probably know I'm a really big fan of Jumping Flash. I assume you guys all know that. Jumping Flash really is awesome. It's a first-person shooter where you can play as a robot rabbit. You can run around, you can jump on things, you can shoot at stuff, you can shoot down bad guys, you can shoot and destroy stuff. And you have to collect these carrot things called jet pods. The music is awesome. You go for, like, very well. Like, this is very mind-boggling for 1995. In fact, they were able to make a game like look and sound as good as this in 1995. No wonder why this game had a sequel. And also had another sequel, too, a third game, which only came out in Japan. Even had a spin-off game, too, called Pocket Moo, which also only came out in Japan. Sigh. I wish those games were released in America so I could play them myself. Unfortunately not. I really like Jumping Flash. I mean, it really is a truly imaginative game. Come on, what game's more imaginative than that? There's whales that fly through the sky, there's bug things that fly around. Kind of like a Sonic the Hedgehog game if it was a first-person shooter. This truly is a great game. I mean, really, this is. It is highly imaginative. This game did give me a lot of ideas for creative works. Like, you see that animated video I made? Well, I didn't actually make it a few days ago, but I uploaded it to YouTube a few days ago, an animated short that I made myself. I get a lot of ideas for animation for playing games like these. It's good to take inspiration from things, you know? It's not good to copy stuff, but it's good to take inspiration from stuff. I mean, that's something Chris Chan needs to learn. Chris Chan doesn't really take inspiration much from stuff. He just... How do I say it? He just downright copies what he sees on TV, which isn't a good way to put it. I mean, even Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends made a play on that. That's why they have an imaginary friend at Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Looks exactly like Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls. Some kids just don't have imagination. That should be considered an official, legitimate disability. A lack of an imagination. I'd hate to live like that. I don't know who can live like that. Well, I guess a lot of other people do. No offense to people that do live like that, but... So up next we have Battle Arena Toshinden. This is a fighting game. It's much like Virtua Fighter, but with weapons. It's also kind of tries to be like Street Fighter 2 if it was in 3D. Battle Arena Toshinden. I'm going to play as my favorite character. And, oh look, he's going against himself. How swell. Oh, doppelganger fight. I love these doppelganger fights, don't you? I'm going to get my butt whooped. Come on, this demo is hard as heck. I mean, like, really, this demo is, like, super, like, extremely difficult. I don't know what they were thinking, and you only get one bout, too, when you fight in this down, too. What the heck were they thinking when they made this? Did they think that kicking the players' butts at a game would make them want to buy it? It wouldn't make me want to buy it. I mean, I know this is a good game, don't get me wrong, this is a good game. Since I don't think this demo does justice to what the game itself is. And I also have I never actually owned this one particularly, but I do have Battle Arena Toshinden 2, which I guess might be a bit better, I don't know. The soundtrack is probably just as good as this one. Look at this, I'm winning, okay, see here, look at that, I'm winning. Now look what he's gonna do, look what this bugger just does. He just suddenly gains a magical amount of power. Like, what the heck did that magical power come from? Where did he do that? How did he do that? Where did he do that? What just happened there? Did I blink? If you blinked, you would have missed this. It would seem like I was winning, and now it's game over. What the heck is wrong with this demo? This demo doesn't do justice at all. Who made this demo? Was it made by Kaizo? You know Kaizo, that guy that makes those ridiculously difficult Super Mario World hacks. You know what I'm talking about, you know, Kaizo. You know, like when Saron Lionheart used to play that. Hello, Saron Lionheart here. Welcome to Kaizo Super Mario World. You know when he would say that? Yeah, but Saron Lionheart. I miss Saron Lionheart. He really was great, but you play this Kaizo. I wonder if Kaizo made that demo, the people made this. But anyway, here's a much better demo for a much better game. The original Wipeout. About a year ago, I made a video of this exact Wipeout game, but this is a demo for that exact Wipeout game. You get one of the best levels in the game, with some of the best music in the game as well, with the best what's it called? Anti-gravity ship in the game. AG Systems, I believe is what it's called. Wipeout loading, hold tight. Oh, I have so many fond, nostalgic memories of playing the original Wipeout. It's one of my favorite video games ever. Like, really, it is. Like, look at this game. Look how beautiful this looks. I love the music in this game. Almost everything about this game is awesome. The music's awesome. That's one of my favorite parts of the game is the music. It's like in Sonic the Hedgehog, where you play the great game, and the music of the game wants to make you keep playing the game. That's exactly what this game does. This game does that exact same thing. It's all beautifully designed and detailed. Look, Spacewalk book now. I wish I could go on a spacewalk. There's an ad for the PlayStation. Slime creatures. Yeah, I wonder what that is for. Is that a movie for that? You know, like Attack of the Slime People. There's Crazy Ivan right there. I think Crazy Ivan was another game that Psygnosis made. Psygnosis made this game. They also made Crazy Ivan too, if I remember correctly. Okay, so we have some mines we could drop behind us. You get weapons in this game too. You can't destroy people or eliminate people in this game. There's no eliminator stuff in this game. You can just get hit and those throws them off, kind of like in Mario Kart, you know, where you can't really destroy your enemies. At least none of the Mario Kart games that I've ever played do that. You know, just hit your enemies or attack your enemies, that you can't really destroy them. You get a speed, it doesn't say, you get a speed like gauge there, but it doesn't really say how fast you're going. There's no kilometers, but then again, it's the future in a post-apocalyptic world. I'm not even sure if they have kilometers. Do they still use a metric system? I don't know. I know they use a metric system in France. That's why in France a quarter pounder with cheese is called a Royale with cheese. I'm trying to remember that when I go to France. If I ever go to France, that is. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by a rocket. You don't actually see the things that actually hit you in this game, the weapons. They just say, the announcer just says what's coming against you. There's a warning like rocket, and then alright, so in third place, not bad. You only get one lap in this demo, which is kind of unfortunate. But the music's pretty good for 1995 again. This is what I think of mostly when I think of 1995, is seeing great gameplay and great visuals and great... This really is what 1995 was like. This is why games like Vector Man on Sega Genesis failed, because stuff like this was coming out. Now here's a demo for Ridge Racer, the original Ridge Racer. It's not playable, it's just a video. And I thought it was cool to show its loading screen, because look, it's Galaxian, one of my favorite Namco games, Galaxian. Or as it Mark from Classic Gamer wanted it to be called, Chewlaxian, after Chewbacca. So here's a demo. But again, these are some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a video game in 1995. If it was 1995 right now and you're showing me this, I'd say, wow, these graphics are so awesome. I can't imagine video game graphics looking any better than this. Well, 8 years later, actually more like 6 years later, Gran Turismo 3 on the PS2 is released, and it looks far more lifelike than this. Then 2 years later, Sega GT on the Xbox comes out, and it looks even more lifelike. And then years later, in this decade, we have like even more lifelike looking games on the Xbox One. So really, if we're to get any more lifelike now, we'd have to go in terms of virtual reality or things like that. Not that I'm against virtual reality. I kind of love virtual reality or augmented reality or whatever they call it. The music, again, is pretty good. Again, music really has a lot to do with how much enjoyment there is in this game. I never actually played the specific particular Ridge Racer game, but I have played a lot of the sequels. I have R4, Ridge Racer Type 4. I believe I made a video of that, like, about a year ago or more than a year ago. I made a video of R4. I also have Ridge Racer 64 on the N64, and here's the original Twisted Metal. I never actually had this game either, but I had the sequel. I had a lot of the sequels, so I have Twisted Metal 2, 3, and 4. Those are pretty good. I love the music in this one, too, and look how much action. It's like a smash-up derby. We actually get to use weapons in it, rather than just simply smashing them up. You get to destroy like your enemies, and you get to smash into them, and machine gun them down, and use missiles and things like that. We run them down. It's so much hectic fun. Look at, I can slide around in a taxi cab. I'd love to drive around in a taxi cab and shoot at stuff. Come on, taxis are the best kind of cars to use for combat. Sure, it looks like a really well done SNES or Sega Genesis game. This thing had like 2D effects there in the game. But hey, it still looks pretty fun. I'd still buy a game like this if I found it for cheap. Yeah, buy if it's cheap. No advertiser is ever gonna say that. Hey, buy my game, it's cheap. You could buy it if it's cheap, or Bob's never gonna say that. They're always gonna want you to pay top dollar for whatever game it is. Even if it's just a simple game where all you do is walk left to right, like that Crazy Bus game on the Sega Genesis, they'd want you to pay a fortune for something like that. Now here's Warhawk, another great demo. It's not like, it looks better than Air Combat based on the demo, but you never know, demos could often lie. It's almost like an early, what Star Wars Rogue Squadron later became. This game came out like 3 years or so before Star Wars Rogue Squadron, where you pilot like some kind of fighter and you shoot at stuff. This does look very revolutionary for 1995, which, again, this is another game I actually kind of wanted. However, I never actually owned this game, though. I never owned this game. But then again, this thing is said with a lot of other games on its demo disc. I like them, but I never actually owned them. It wasn't until much recently where I actually got Philosoma for the PS1. Philosoma demos on here too. But the actual video doesn't really do justice to the actual game. This is a video. I'll later make a video actually showing the actual game of Philosoma. That game's pretty fun. And again, it's more like a Sega Genesis game or an SNES game, but it's still pretty darn fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, all of you. This is a piece of history right here. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out. Good day to you all.